Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the GSM's Pride. You say, where's my car? Well, you know, dude, where's my car? Now, I just thought I'd do something a little different this week. So good morning, and I hope you all had a great weekend and a great week. I had a really productive weekend, actually. As you saw, I went to the auto show a lot last week, and I ended up taking the family down on Sunday. So one thing I did want to say is I wanted to give a shout out to the people who set up the auto show this year. I really think you should probably do that again every single year where you have those time slots. I know I probably don't have any say in it, but if you are watching, I really think that was a good idea. There's a lot of people who got a chance to walk around, see a lot more without it being so crowded. So I really did want to give some shout outs to those people who set it up. So I did really like the time slots. So let me ask you a question. Training. How does your dealership or your organization deal with training, or how much training do you actually do? So as you may well know, I learned from the age-old way of here's your phone, here's your computer, go sell me cars. Not saying that isn't necessarily a good way to do it. However, I don't think everyone learns that way specifically. Now, it worked for me, and it may have worked for a lot of GSMs or sales managers in the past, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I think there's other ways to do it. So here at Lufuse, the network, we actually have a training center. So we have a guy that actually is kind of the talent acquisition, let's say, and he will train from the standpoint of how the network wants things to be done. However, for better or worse, the only problem with that is each store is individual and it's a little bit different at times. So we have to do some things here at the store that's separate. So I'm going to show you this week 3 different ways of training. One of them is one-on-one with the new hires. Second of all, I'm going to teach you that we actually get our salespeople to train on Saturdays instead of just being a manager. And I'll explain during that why that is the case. And then also some video training, something that we do a little different at Lufuse that not many stores do, and we think it really does really well. So that's something we're going to show you this week. Also, Alondra Spotlight is going to go out on Wednesday. That is going to be real intriguing. I'm going to teach you little things about Alondra that you probably didn't know. So she worked 3 jobs to try and get things going. So that's going to be really interesting. So make sure you check that out. I think it's going to be a really good spotlight this week. So let's get on to training. So some of my daily process is literally to go back through and check what everyone's doing. So a couple of days ago, I actually realized that I hadn't really looked at videos very much lately, and we require our salespeople to send videos to customers. A couple of reasons being it does set us aside from everyone else, and it's also nice to see the vehicle before you come in. So I went through, and actually what I realized is that we were doing a lot of videos that weren't really good content from the standpoint the customer really didn't see the employee's face, or they necessarily didn't see the vehicle. So what I wanted to do is come out, and I found the only way to do it best is do it myself and video it and actually get a video to those guys for training, and then we can go back to the salespeople individually and teach them a couple of areas that we felt we were missing. Hey John, this is Jason over at Lufuse Ford. I just wanted to thank you for your inquiry regarding the Acura RDX. I wanted to shoot you a quick video, so I'm going to show you the vehicle itself, and then I'm going to show you some features on the inside. So I really appreciate you sending in the lead, and I'm here to help you in any way I can. So a couple of things on that video you may have noticed. First off, I was pretty loud. The reason you need to be loud is you need to really have some vibrance in your voice and some excitement in your voice, get the customer excited as well as you. So what I'd do here normally is I would normally have the doors closed and not butterflied yet, because I would actually show the customer the vehicle as it stands. John, I just wanted to show you the exterior of this Acura RDX that you called on. It is an absolute beautiful, stunning metallic blue with the anthracite wheels on it. Also, if you noticed, I used the word beautiful as in the beautiful blue of the Acura. You've got to start using words that make it upbeat instead of just being a flat, oh, thank you for your business and thank you for this, that and the other. You've got to really start making it into a big deal. I did want to show you that the vehicle does have a dealer warranty on there. It is under manufacturer's warranty also, being in 2019. However, it does have a 330/90 from Lufuse Ford. But as you can see, this vehicle is absolutely gorgeous, and I look forward to having you come down and taking a look at it. I'm just going to flip the screen around and show you the interior real fast. So what I would do right then and there is I would pause it, and in drive you can pause it. I would flip the camera, but before I restarted it again, I would butterfly the whole vehicle so I can walk around the car and show them everything that I need to show.
Cool, so let's do that then.
And then again, what I basically do is make it exciting, point out some of the really key features. As you can see, it does have the Alcantara interior in the middle with the leather. So it is absolutely gorgeous inside as well as out. I'm just gonna start it up real fast. It does have a little bit of a different design on the shifter. The shifters are all buttons here. The car does come with navigation, cooled seats and heated seats. The car is absolutely fully loaded. As you can see, an awful lot of storage. And this vehicle is just loading that navigation screen up right now. As you can see, the navigation, it does have the panoramic sunroof. So that is a quick, brief showing of the interior of the vehicle. As you saw on this one, I pointed out the fact that it doesn't have a shifter, it has buttons. Obviously, navigation is a big deal to people. All the storage, which is really, really big. I did point out that it had the leather and the Alcantara for various reasons, just to point out the luxury for the vehicle that they're interested in. And again, I wanted to show you the vehicles now, so you've got a face to the name. It's not just me emailing you and you never know who it is. You can actually come in and see me specifically, and you'll know exactly who it is. I really appreciate you inquiring about the vehicle, and I'm here as a resource for you in any way, shape or form. Even if it's not on this vehicle, if it's anything else, please reach out to me, and I look forward to seeing you. Thanks. And then if you notice, what I did at the very end is I flipped it back to me to give it some more personal touch and basically tell the customer that I'm putting a face to the name. That even when you've got a client that you don't necessarily have a vehicle to show them, it needs to be your face, and that needs to be your point to the video is, I want to put a face to the name. So when they come in, they know who they're asking for. And again, smile on your face. It doesn't have to be massive, but if you notice, I've got a little bit of a grin to my face. You've got to be excited, and you've got to start making this into a big deal. If you're a dealer principal or a general manager or even a sales manager, what you really should be doing is finding the specifics in the process of a car sale where you should be teaching your salespeople to get it done. So if you don't already, I would highly recommend that you do videos. A couple of reasons why: it gives a customer something a little bit of a different edge that they don't necessarily get rather than just a normal email, text or phone call. But second of all, it gives that personal touch and they can actually see the vehicle that they're really interested in. So I would highly recommend you do videos. But on the flip side of that is, even if you do the videos, it has to be the right content, because the poor content is not going to help you in the sales process. So again, the reason I wanted to do this really was just to go through and show the salesperson what I, as a general manager, and also my sales managers, are acquiring when it comes down to actually doing those videos. So, any thoughts, any concerns that have come up? One thing I really like to do is I like to try and have one-on-one training with new salespeople, new hires. Now, we do have a department that Randy Harmon runs, who's our talent acquisition director, I believe his official title is. But on the flip side is, each dealership has their own specific ways of doing things. So I like to sit down with them and really go over the basics of how we necessarily do something. So as you can see here, all I'm doing is I'm going through our Drive Centric, which is our CRM tool, and I'm basically giving Abigail some direction of what to do with the lead, how to put a customer in, how to follow up with that person, how to manage the tool so you're not being managed by the tool, you're managing the tool. So the best thing to do with the lead when you first get it is scroll all the way to the bottom and see where it says View XML. Click on that, and this will open up what they call the raw data of the lead, okay? This will tell you what the customer's asking, because a lot of salespeople, what they tend not to do is they don't scroll down and look to see and hear on the comments of what the customer's physically asking. Now, this is a KBB lead, so there's not going to be much in there, but there'll be times where in this comments it will say, I'm curious if this vehicle has navigation. I'm curious what color this car is. I'm curious if it has four-wheel drive. Look there first, because if you don't, you probably won't answer the question for the customer, the question they're answering. Yeah. There's nothing worse than when the salesperson, let's say it's just an email lead only, they say, hey, I saw that you're looking at this EcoSport, when do you want to come in? And you didn't even answer the question. Yeah. Always, always, always answer the question that's at hand, always. Whether that's in front of a customer or on the lead, make sure you answer the question. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going through each individual section of the system. That would be first off when they get a lead in and take what we call grab-its over at the Ford store. How to respond to those leads, what the best thing to do is, how to actually do each individual response, email, video, text, where to get the responses from, and then what the best action is to do when you next get the lead and start actually communicating with these people. So when you first come in the morning, this is the first place you should go after you've clocked in. Okay? Responses. See if you have any responses on there. And so, well, you'll only see yours. So if you've got a little green square with a number in it, that's the first place. And the reason why that's so imperative is because those people are physically or the most recent to contact you. So they're the ones that you need to get onto first. Then what I basically jumped onto is the roadmap to the sale. I went through the roadmap to the sale with Abigail, line by line. Basically what the roadmap to the sale for us is, it's pretty simple. It's really just a step-by-step written piece of paper that shows you what the information you require that enables the sales managers to get the right information and help you work the deal. So we go through those separately with the people and go through each line individually so everyone can actually see how to easily sell a car. So it's pretty self-explanatory. It's called the roadmap to the sale for a reason. So we put. The most important step to the sale is investigation, and here's why. You can set yourself apart from any other salesperson by listening to what the customer tells you. When it comes to the sales process, it's not cookie cutter. That in there. Then next, what I'm doing is I'm actually going through the actual steps of the sale. So they can be generally 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, depends on really the trainer's kind of theory on how they're doing stuff. So it could be several different things. But as you can see, I'm going through those with Abby and asking her if she knows the steps. So I personally have 8. There are some tweaks in between those, but I'm just going through those steps so she understands the roadmap to the sale. Like the example I always use is, if you were to take a macaroni and cheese instant meal and just throw it in the microwave and turn it on, it would probably explode. There is a roadmap, there is an ingredient to selling a car, so I like to go through those steps individually. I want to try and get you to the point now where you're actually starting to sell cars rather than just watching everyone sell cars. I like to do a week of you shadowing and learning some stuff first before we throw you in the wall so you can get somewhat of an idea of what's going on. Yeah. But I also am a huge believer that doing is training. That's the best. You're not going to be able to, I could do this for a month and you'll walk out of here and go, I still don't know how to sell a car. Until you do it, it's different. Yeah.
So this morning our training is going to be on getting that money on the Saturday morning meetings, because we all like it. If you average $100 a week in a Saturday morning meeting, you're going to wind up with $50 to $100 in your pocket total at the end of the year.
All right, you've seen me train twice already. Let's talk about the different types of training we do here at Lufuse Ford. In this video, you'll see one of the team leaders, Corey, who's presenting the Saturday training and how to maximize Saturday spiffs. I really like having salespeople do Saturday meetings and trainings for 2 reasons. First off, the employees respond better to their peers. You know, there's nothing really more frustrating as a manager when you have all these salespeople sitting and staring through you, getting bored of what you're trying to teach them. To alleviate that, the salespeople present a rotation. However the rotation works, we have one salesperson doing it one week, and then another person is telling them what they want to learn that week in specific. So basically the salespeople are not only just planning that training, but they're also presenting the material, so they're learning a lot from that as well as the other people that are learning at the same time.
Brandon was selling an EcoSport, and within his entire full butterfly, did the full breakdown of fuse guard phenomenally and got the dude really excited about it. I'll be honest, I don't always present fuse guard right there out of the car. If I feel like it might put them off and I don't feel like I fully have them engaged and they're not super excited, I might wait to come in and address and see if I've got them ready to buy, because I don't want to talk numbers if they're not ready to buy. So ride that line a little bit, read your customer. A lot of that is if you can get them excited. No, we already know we can't get everybody excited. Yes, you're going to have the grumpy people that come in that aren't really going to be enthused no matter what you do. It's going to happen. The other one, well, let's just say Abby sold a Ceramic Pro on her second car out the door.
Oh shit, baby.
We don't even sell a whole lot of Ceramic Pro. Second car she put it on. And on an Explorer ST nonetheless. No hesitation in asking for help. Really good. Customer had questions. She went and she got the information as well for them. Pulled it straight up on the website and did the full breakdown. If you take good care of them, set them up with their Ceramic Pro, everything goes well and they're happy, they're more likely to come back and buy from you. That leads to part two, Car Pass. Car Pass, we do let's be honest, a shitty job on it. If they're using us for any service situations, they're more likely to come back to us and buy from us. If they go and service it at Meineke and then go use the dealership that's right next to them, they may not come see us the next time. They might have came in because we just randomly had the right car they were looking for. Out of the 20 F-150s in the St. Louis area, we had the perfect black one. No red ones, no blue ones, they wanted black and we had it. So we sold it to them. But we want to bring them back, even if that means they're servicing it at the Dodge store, if they're servicing it at Toyota. If they stick within Lou Fuse, that's a win for us. And that means a Ford's on the list and they're looking at new, we're next in line.
The other reason I love to let these salespeople do it, to lead on Saturday, is because it's a little bit more positive training rather than just negative on the sales managers. I think it builds a better team. Like you saw with Corey highlighting two of the team mates who really nailed two things to earn the Saturday spiff. So it's a little bit better from their peers in that way. I really like that what Corey does here. He doesn't just teach our salespeople about selling cars, he also teaches our team about the life cycle of buyers. So that's something that really comes better from their peers rather than just a manager. You know, when it comes to a manager, sometimes you get, oh, well, you haven't been on the floor for 10 years, so you kind of get that, a little bit of resentment at times. Most of the training rightfully goes towards making a sale, but sometimes we forget to teach the salespeople that it's significantly cheaper and easier to keep an existing customer than it is to find a new one. And that's one thing I like about Corey's presentation.
The other one is warranties. What's one big benefit to doing a gold certified vehicle? What's the biggest benefit? Correct. It's not the warranty that's on the car. Fuck the warranty that's on the car. It's nice, but most of the miles that our customers are driving, they're not going to get a whole lot of use out of that. 12-month, 12,000 mile bumper to bumper is phenomenal. Nobody else puts it on there. But the bigger thing is the moment they hit that, what's this gold certified? You say that little snippet of what it actually gets, but here's the biggest benefit. This gets the availability to get a highly discounted wrap warranty on the vehicle that is only eligible because it's a gold certified. I always like to say anytime it's a used car, you know, I use it as I'm a payment buyer. And my favorite thing is, listen, man, I bought an extended warranty. I don't want to pay for any repairs while I'm already making payments on the car. I'm already paying for it. I'd rather have it all just included. I don't have to worry about it.
Again, this is a great word track or situational coaching in which Corey is teaching how to install value before making a sale, leveraging his expertise and offering himself as a social proof that buying an extended warranty could be a viable option even for payment-based customers.
Repeat business is what wins it. Selling just all new people for years and years on end is not going to build you a big book of business, and eventually you're only going to sell so many cars a year. You start getting a repeat business though because you took care of them right. Yeah, you got them excited and you upsold them on some products that covers them that they ended up using that saved them money. They'll come back.
Overall, I think Corey did a great job giving practical, applicable word tracks, which also give the why behind the importance of the customer's life cycle and creating a book of business that will help fuel the referrals long term. So again, I really hope you enjoyed that training from Corey, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, that's it from me this week. We had a slightly longer video this week, but I'm really glad it's jam-packed with some stuff that should really help you get something from. I'm certainly not saying that everything we do here at the Lou Fuse Ford is always necessarily the right way to go, but really hope it's a starting point for some discussion. So please make sure you're commenting down below. I really appreciate the feedback. Let me know what works for you as your stores and what doesn't work. Either way, I'd like to get some communication going so we can try and figure some of this stuff out. Are you going to implement anything that you learned on this video at your store would be also great. So again, comment below. Make sure that you put in there what what's working and what's not working, so we can actually have some conversation about it. So again, I really hope that this week's vlog helped you guys with some of the training. Again, check out Alondra's employee spotlight. I had a lot of fun talking to her this week. A lot of it was, you know, different things. So got some really good discussion going on. As always, please like and subscribe the channel. As well as you liking it, make sure you comment on the video so we can get some dialogue going back and forth. It really helps us get the word out, and also helps people in the business, and that's my goal, is to try and help as many people as possible. Stay tuned for next week. We're going to talk a lot about service next week and more on the fixed side of the business. I'm going to stick up a subscription on this side, and then on this side I'm going to put a link up to Alondra's Spotlight video this week, so you can check that out as well. And as always, over at Lufuse Ford, we can replace the car but not the customer, and I'll see you all next week.